Hello everybody, this is Gregory of 5 Minute Catholic Apologetics, where 5 minutes of your time I get you to the divine. Today we're going to talk about Kansas City kicker Harrison Butker and the controversy of the woke radical Marxist left have in attacking his traditional Catholic message. Now before we begin, let's start with the prayer. Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritui Sancti. Amen. Gloria Patri et Filii et Spiritui Sancto, secutor in principio et nunc et semper et seculi seculorum. Amen. I think the large majority of you guys who follow this small channel probably know this story because it's been everywhere. Harrison Butker is the kicker for the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs. He is a TLM adherent. He goes to the Latin Mass. He is a practicing traditional Catholic. He is married. He has children. And he gave a commencement speech in early May at Benedictine College over in Kansas. And he gave a speech that any traditional Catholic would, if you read the excerpts, they'll be like, yeah, I mean, this is pretty standard. But the Marxist, the cultural Marxist left got a hold of this, and they've been blowing it up. They've been calling him an anti-Semite, even though there's nothing anti-Semitical in it. They've been mislabeling and saying that he believes women should be tied to the stove, like all this characterization, this yellow journalism that they've done of this speech. Because if you read the speech, he didn't say any of these things. Butker's mom is a physicist. Butker, if you read the excerpts or listen to the actual speech, is just saying that women as homemakers are, that is a vocation, and that is a laudable vocation, and that raising your children, especially Catholic, is a laudable thing. He doesn't attack or throw invectives at people who don't do that. He is just saying that this is a thing that works for him and it is ideal. Also, he's saying that Catholics should stand up to their faith and live a very openly Catholic faith. Well, what is wrong with that? Well, the radical left's not going to like that, because what is a practicing Catholic faith going to espouse? Pro-life, anti-euthanasia, anti-contraception. And in general, we know the Catholic Church has enemies. The devil attacks Christ. Right? We know this. And so the Catholic Church is the longest institution of human history. It's always been attacked by malevolent forces. So it's not surprising that the powers that be, the enemies, the demonic forces, and their handlers and their useful idiots, as Lenin used to call people that believed in communism. That it's not surprising. It's like when you throw holy water and people have demons on them, it's not surprising they go when they hear Butker's speech, because everybody that's even remotely connected to the left came out. The feminists, the transgenders, the pro-contraceptives, I mean, all of them, they were all coming out and attacking Butker. And look, here's the thing. This could affect his job. He could be canceled. There could be enough uproar. I think what he has going for him is that Andy Reid, the coach of the Chiefs, is a practicing Mormon. The Mormons tend to be social conservatives. And I think the Hunt family that has owned the Chiefs, I don't know, since 1960, they're as a whole pretty conservative. So I don't foresee them bowing down and somehow cutting him. Also, he's an exceedingly effective kicker. But I think Butker strikes me as a guy, and his wife as well. It's like, we're servants of the Lord, let it be done to us according to thy will. I think that he would not want to lose his job as a kicker, but I think if he lost his job as a kicker, he'd be like, all right, God's will be done. I stood up to the faith. In some ways, he was a soft martyr to the faith by speaking truth and speaking his truth at this commencement. And look, it's not like it was a commencement at Columbia University. It's a speech given at a traditional Catholic college to a traditional Catholic college crowd. And that needs to be remembered, right? But, again, the demonic forces are going to come out and they're going to attack anyone that is remotely strong in their faith who is a personality. Look, they went after Gibson before he had his fall, when he had his demons with his alcoholism and his anger management. But after Passion of the Christ, of course, he was a humongous target and they brought him down. So it's not really surprising that Butker is getting a lot of heat right now. Now, I could see Butker, if he does lose his job or if he loses his mojo as a kicker, because it's possible, he should just go into political office. I mean, there is going to be this swelling, this this fulmination from the radical left to hate Butker, hate his family, hate all these things. He got doxxed. There were crazies that doxed him by posting his address in Kansas City. You have the city of Kansas City, Missouri coming out and publishing a bunch of anti-Butker things as well. And so, look, I think, yes, there's going to be this swath of crazies that are going to hate him for what he represents, but there's also going to be a large group, and not just traditional Catholics, that are like, high five, finally someone is standing up. Look, he's a young, handsome couple, Catholics, high profile, he's a kicker, but still high profile, coming out and defending the faith. Good for you. So there's going to be people who really support him. And he seems to be the type of guy that's like, screw you, if you don't like what my faith is, I don't really care. And so, maybe he should consider running for office eventually, because look, we as a whole, politicians are mostly sociopaths and narcissists. And I tend to have a very cynical view of politicians, but look, we could have a Mr. Chips, a good idealist go to Washington. Maybe Butker's is the type. Either way, kudos to you, sir, for standing up to the faith. It's just great to see young Catholics not just defending the faith, but proclaiming the faith. And pray the St. Michael prayer, pray rosaries, pray for protection from these malevolent forces that are attacking you. And I wish you the best. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. What's your take on Butker? Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.